If there were two individuals Diddy likely wishes would remain silent, it would undoubtedly be his former bodyguard, Gene Deal, and the unyielding Jaguar Wright. The latter has once again made headlines, this time accusing Diddy of being diagnosed with HIV, yet refusing to acknowledge it. To begin, it's important to note that Jaguar Wright has been one of the most outspoken critics of the disgraced hip-hop mogul, long before the allegations against him surfaced. She previously mentioned Diddy in an interview where she shared her suspicions about Jay-Z, detailing how Jay-Z's rise in the music industry was shaped by his mentor's shadow.
First time I ever saw Jay-Z or even heard him spit a rhyme was at an MC battle, street battle in New York. But he didn't show up as Jay-Z. He didn't show up as the hottest rapper on the street. He showed up as a nigga that was with Big L.
Rest
For
in
those
peace.
of you.
Rest in peace, Big L.
Rest in peace, Big L. That was the sensei.
One of the dopest. Yes.
Big L was who put Jay-Z on.
She followed by explaining that soon after said mentor passed away, Jay-Z started rising through the ranks at a fast pace, eventually becoming close with Diddy, whom she dubbed Honeycombs.
Without question.
And then Big L died, and then the next thing you know, Jay-Z. And then, he starts clienteling with Tupac and clienteling with Biggie and doing songs with Biggie and building a working, camaraderie with Honeycombs and aka Diddy. And
why do you give him the honeycombs? Why do you give him honeycombs?
Because he smacks so sweet. That inside of my anyway. So yeah, then and then Reasonable Doubt was happening, and then Dame's in the picture, and Dame's building Rockefeller, and everybody's talking about Jay-Z.
She went on to explain that shortly after the death of this mentor, Jay-Z began rising rapidly through the ranks, eventually forming a close relationship with Diddy, whom she referred to as Honeycombs.
Puffy has been making money off of Biggie's name for longer than Biggie was alive. People keep forgetting he hadn't turned 25 yet. He was still 24 when he died. It's been over 25 years. Puffy has been making money on that boy's name longer than he lived. It supported all of Bad Boy. His catalog.
This interview took place nearly a year before the Diddy allegations first surfaced, following Cassie's lawsuit against him. During the conversation, she also discussed how Diddy profited from his friend Biggie's death for longer than Biggie had actually lived.
He's allegedly. I'm just curious, what he done?
Damn.
Shout out to Magic Johnson, a real black billionaire who wasn't all freaked off, who actually made business, bank exchange, created dollars in real black neighborhoods so real black families could have that opportunity just like everybody else.
The topic of Diddy allegedly having HIV came up during an interview where Jaguar Wright was discussing how black billionaires fail to support their communities. She pointed out that Diddy had the chance to make a real difference, just like others in his position, but chose not to. She contrasted him with Magic Johnson, highlighting how Johnson actively worked to create positive change.
I mean, he actually caught HIV, having a lot of women.
Oh yeah, let's just go down the rabbit hole of all of his sins.
I'm just saying.
You wanna know what's wild about that though? He faced that head up.
He did.
And he didn't stop doing what he's done.
An advocate. Now he did that. And
Period. Listen to me. He faced that head up. How many dudes is running around undetectable? Gee.
Come on.
She then addressed Diddy's alleged HIV diagnosis, mentioning how Magic Johnson at least took responsibility for it and confronted the situation head-on.
I could tell you 20 right now that I could rattle off names, and wouldn't nobody be able to sue me.
Wait, please name them, because we need to
I'm not
know.
doing that. Those are things that I'll be discussing on the Jaguar Wright show from here on out.
She continued by stating that several others in the industry were living with HIV undetected, claiming she could name at least 20 others. She further asserted that none of those named could sue her, as they knew she was telling the truth. This led many to believe she was implying Diddy, given his reputation for promiscuity and his well-known party lifestyle.
Who's next?
Y'all don't see the lineup?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, we see the lineup. I'm just waiting to see who's next.
Jay-Z is setting Diddy up. Why is everyone having such a hard time? He ain't doing shit different. He lined up D. Haven, stole his life and identity. He lined up Big L, stole his life and identity. He lined up Dame Dash, stole his life, identity, and took his love. Lined up R. Kelly. He wants to be the one.
Meanwhile, things continue to worsen for Diddy, and Jaguar Wright has remained a constant commentator on his legal troubles. Just as with Diddy, she has also been outspoken about Jay-Z, who was recently hit with a lawsuit alleging he assaulted a young girl, with Diddy involved. In a previous interview, she claimed that Jay-Z was one of the key figures behind Diddy's downfall, stating that Jay-Z is someone who wants to be the sole king of the hill. This aligns with her earlier comments about Jay-Z rising to the top of the rap game after Nas experienced a mental breakdown.
You know what? Let's not be coy. You know, I am Jaguar. So let's just keep it a buck. Let's keep it a bean. Stevie J should be charged. Mary J. Blige should also be charged. Jennifer Lopez should definitely be charged. Should I keep going?
I mean, you're hitting it off.
Jay-Z should be charged. Khaled should be charged. Rick Ross should be charged. Usher should be charged and tried with him. Or for Justin Bieber alone.
She has also discussed how those complicit in Diddy's alleged crimes must be held accountable, including figures like Jennifer Lopez and Usher. In that same interview, she called on Diddy to cooperate and expose Jay-Z, suggesting that Diddy would likely break under pressure and provide information in exchange for a plea deal, as she believes he's not someone who could endure life in jail.
Victims potentially, do you think they could be?
Thousands. I've talked to hundreds that I deal with still myself. I have 3 victims right now who are willing to give testimony about not only what Mr. Carter has done to them, but his wife as well. They're a nasty little couple. They do nasty things.
What do you think happened with Kim
Keeping
Ford?
people against their will. Putting people on planes while they're unconscious. Just like Aaliyah got on that plane. Unconscious. There's a lot of things that people don't want to talk about.
Then came her shocking interview with Piers Morgan, where she not only labeled both Diddy and Jay-Z as monsters, but also referred to the Carters as a nasty couple. Shortly after, Morgan received a cease and desist letter, forcing him to cut her segment from the interview.
See, when they interviewed Dapper Dan about Diddy,
I haven't seen that one. Please.
they ran into Dapper Dan in Harlem and they asked him what he thought about what was going on with Diddy and if he knew Diddy. And I love Dapper Dan for this. He said, I grew up with his parents. I knew his parents. He said, and what's going on with him has been going on long before him.
Aside from the HIV allegations, Jaguar Wright has made several other claims about Diddy. In one interview, she revealed details about his upbringing and how it influenced his complex and often questionable actions.
Now, his father was a government snitch and a bad actor in the criminal world altogether. The woman that they're saying is his mother was a prostitute and a whore. But there's whispers in the streets of Harlem that Diddy's mother isn't alive. Not his biological mother, that that woman is his aunt.
Whoa. Oh,
There are
wait a minute.
whispers.
Wait a minute.
There are whispers